opened the gates to you for two reasons only: Dominus and piety. They made themselves our enemies. You made them dead. Now, Oyan believes there is a third reason. The beast is our enemy. Perhaps you can make it dead as well. Dominus was High Templar in Oriath, was he not? Your god needs to be more careful when he chooses his servants. Then again, perhaps he learns from his mistakes. We shall see. Oyan has ordered me to help you, to trade with you. I have risked much to gather weapons and armor for this Akara. I've scavenged on the fringes of Vol's encampment and scouted the dead city. Let us see if you can offer any value in return. I'm watching you.
My Lord Templar, I can't tell you how good it is to meet a man so willing and able to put the Order back on the road to faith.
Oh my god, Padaris!
Vanya?
I've just seen too many foul deeds done in the name of faith.
Committed by those who talked of God while they acted for themselves.
Fine, Padaris.
My grandfather was a captain in the Ebony Legion. My father too, and me. Just following the path that had been laid out for me.
Until you met me.
Yes, until I met the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen.
Behind bars. An exile waiting to become an experiment. Not quite how I imagined meeting the man of my dreams.
I realized then that I wasn't part of the Ebony Legion anymore. I'd become a blackguard like every other damned legionnaire inside, taking orders from a madman.
Padaris freed me and led us here.
I'd heard about the Marraketh from those few legionnaires who survived the assault on Highgate.
And I talked them into harboring us.
Vanya can be very persuasive when she wants to.
Kira is a racist bully with that fancy hair crest of hers stuck so far up her.
Come on, Vanya. She's a warrior. It's not her job to be nice. It's her job to defend...
Look all lithe and we've a few bits and pieces lying about that might help with what's to come.
Bits and pieces? I risked my neck to salvage those artifacts.
I know, sweetie, and I really appreciate your artifacts.
You didn't say that when I brought them in. You said, is that all?
You'd been gone for ages.
And you...
I heard of the beast before coming here. Piety talked about it. I suppose she saw no point in keeping secrets from the people she was planning to murder.
I'm so sorry, Vanya.
God, it's not your fault, Padaris. But Piety used to say that the beast was the source of her power. How she managed to turn poor men and women into those... things. She kept using a phrase. What was it?
Universal transmogrification. I heard her assistants talk about it too.
The power to change the world into anything you like.
Bloody scary power in the hands of someone like Piety.
Seems like the rain's brought out a few worms. Don't think I'm an easy mark, Exile. I've spent more than enough time around Exiles to know which way the dagger's pointing, and I'll happily give it a shove in your direction if you try anything wormy. I'm conducting a little dig, the sort of enterprise that could make someone with your particular... Hey, mate, what's going on? Came all the way here to see what's what in this famous mine, but there's a Bye.
The time has come, not a cockroach, to crawl up into the bowels of this nightmare traverse its innards, and rip out its corrupted heart. Ta-ta, not a cockroach.
Whether it is our gods or your god who have brought you to Highgate, the consequence is the same. You believe blindly in the divine, and a blind man is never lost. Sekema Deshret sealed the mines, trapped the nightmare within its black den. The beast should never have been imprisoned. The beast should have been destroyed, yet for all her ferocity, it seemed that Deshret lacked the courage to do so. And now, after 2 centuries guarding this hole in the ground, this Akara lacks the strength. The Maraketh once stood united under Deshret's banner. That was before the plagues, the tempests, the corruption. Deshret rode here with this Akara, the Kiato, to put an end to the beast's curse. And upon the very threshold of the darkness, she faltered. Perhaps she saw that King Kalm had gone there before her. Vol and his unmen have dipped their fleshless claws into the lifeblood of the Maraketh since the day this Akara tethered its roer here. Such is the way with men of war. Remove their tongues, yet still they thirst for blood. Remove their bellies, yet still they hunger for battle. Remove their manhood, yet still they lust for conquest. I will make allies of whomever I deem useful. We have observed the actions of both Blackguard and Exile, and it is Pitaris and Vanya who give meaning to those actions. This Akara has not mixed with other than its own for over 200 years. The outside world has now discovered us, so it is time that we discovered it. Kira has the blood of Deshret in her veins and the bonds of Deshret in her mind. Her loyalty to her Akara is admirable. Her loyalty to the past is not. Diablo wishes the beast dead. But why? Why would a nightmare wish to kill a night? Go where you are needed. What do you require?
Not a...
I am Tasuni, he who peers into the gloom, who hears the black hearts that thunder within the mountain deep. If you seek enlightenment, find a torch. If you seek to understand the nightmare, I can help feel your way through the darkness. Your holy mantle is stained with the blood of the countless, Templar. A sacrifice worthy of a god. Just not to the god you had in mind. Tortured, yet unbroken. Maraketh are stranded in the sandstorm of reflection and regret. We look to El Sekema to lead us out. Yet the sandstorm is all she knows. She needs me. Her eyes and ears in the darkness, but she will never comprehend my gifts. The Red Sekema was the woman who forged what it meant to be Maraketh. A people united, strong. Deshret lit fires in the hearts of women and loins of men. When she fell, so did the Maraketh. We've been falling ever since. Pitaris and Vanya, 2 mouths that speak from one mind. When together, They express some quite interesting thoughts. When apart, well, half a thought isn't really even a thought, is it? Pitaris and the Marakath speak of his betrayal, but Vo did what he thought was necessary to destroy the beast. Now he wonders the desiccation, tortured as much by his failure as by nightmare. Diablo has the form of a woman, yet the substance is 1 part corruption and 9 parts death. One day soon, you will see how lifeless she truly is. Keela rides more swiftly and strikes more truly than any other Dakara here. If only she could learn to think as swiftly as she rides and speak as truly as she strikes. Better and worse are judged not on the talent one prizes, but the talent one needs. Of course.
I am sorry, God. We must learn not to abuse your creations. no beast of burden. Go with God.
That's impressive.
I am no beast of burden.
I vowed to care for this empire with my eyes open. I lied to my people. I lied to myself. Blinded by my lust for purity, I placed my faith in the most corrupt of men. I watch now as my legion dies, their flesh melting from their twisted bones. They fall and rise. A tide of mortal death and eternal damnation. I feel it now in my own flesh. The heat, the corruption. I have failed you, my empire.
Ooh,
Do not
look
forgive
at
me.
that.
Please.
See that?
Beg of you.
One moment,
Survive me.
big blades. Next moment, gone. Should be able to go in there now. This place reeked of voltaxic sulfite back in the day. I was planning on having a wander down there, only I think I can hear things shuffling around down there. And I'm more of a lover than a fighter. Actually, if you're headed in there, maybe you could do us a favour. See, I run a little mining operation of my own. Mining's dangerous at the best of times, but it's suicidal without a proper source of light. I've got lights, just ain't got no power. Run on voltaxic sulfide, they do. Nasty rocks. Stink like a dozen eggs rotting in the summer sun on the back of a whale carcass. And they're less stable than the high temper on a bad day. Bloody toxic too. Keep your nostrils peeled for some voltaxic sulfite while you're down there. Or anywhere, really. See that? One moment, big blades. Next moment, gone. Should be able to go in there now. Heard this place reeked of voltaxic sulfite back in the day. I was planning on having a wander down there, only I think I can hear things shuffling around down there. And I'm more of a lover than a fighter. Actually, if you're headed in there, maybe you could do us a favour. See, I run a little mining operation of my own. Mining's dangerous at the best of times, but it's suicidal without a proper source of light. I've got lights, just ain't got no power. Run on voltaxic sulfide, they do. Nasty rocks. Stink like a dozen eggs rotting in the summer sun on the back of a whale carcass. And they're less stable than the high temper on a bad day. Bloody toxic too. Keep your nostrils peeled for some voltaxic sulfite while you're down there. Or anywhere, really. Stay in the light.
The rapture is our hope, our desperation. It will set the nightmare to boil, cook that nice big fishy in its own whining brine. Listen with all of your ears, not a cockroach. The rapture was Malachai's most wondrous creation, the only fire hot enough to burn the beast from existence. And its fuel? A gemling queen. Blood and flesh and gem. Yet my selfish self did not want to burn away, and so the fire was but a tiny spark. The spark of a cataclysm. I am sorry, my love, my Malachi. Go to it, not a cockroach. Find the rapture. Make me sorry no more. Vol the Pure, they called him. Vol the Murderer, I call him. In his name, an emperor was murdered. In his name, an empire was murdered. Yes, it was Malachai's lips that kissed me. Yes, it was Malachai's hand that led me to the rapture. No, no, and no again. It was Vol's words that put me there. The rapture was to rend open the hide of nightmare and broil the beast's bitter innards in the sweet fire of mortality. The vessel was strong and oh so willing. The medicine was oh so weak.
The gate is open, and the darkness calls. Good hunting, Cursebreaker. We read the land, learn its stories. Kalm and his warriors entered those mines some 20 years before Deshret sealed the mines and bound our Kara to this mountain. Neither soil nor stone speak of Kalm's return. Perhaps he is dead, or perhaps he merely wishes he was. After all, anything seems possible. Kira has the blood of... Tasuni has been corrupted since the day he was born. Maraketh tradition would have it that such a warped child be left upon the moonlit plain for the gods to adopt. Tasuni was not taken by the gods that night. Such a thing has never happened before in our Akara. Now we know why. Tasuni is a man caught between two worlds, our world of light and the beast's world of darkness. He is our scout in the black, and without him, Nightmare would remain beyond our understanding. And an enemy you cannot know is an enemy you cannot fight. Our hopes are with you.
The gate is open, and now I hear her voice as clearly as if she was sitting right here with me. Words of a dead woman, reverberating up from the depths of Highgate. A spirit chained, yet not enslaved. Tortured, yet unbroken. That dead woman is Deshret, and our red Sakema longs to return to the dust of her Visteri. Free her, and I shall reward you as my gifts allow. In destroying Vol, you have avenged many a pretty bloodied nose around here. Well done, you. The corruption will pass.
Yes?
Emperor Vol is dead, for good this time.
And the entrance to the mine stands open. I suppose you'll be heading down there
To free us from the sickening supremacy of Nightmare.
I was going to say to kick some Nightmare ass.
I think I put it better.
Of course you did, sweets. Diablo was there when it all went bad. If anyone can help put things right...
Why would she? Wraeclast has been like this for almost 300 years. What's made her want to do something about it now?
She's the Gemling Queen, Vanya. There's no way we could understand what goes on in that mind of hers.
I know. And that's precisely what worries me. Oyun gave us a home.
Our lives back.
Appreciate the good ones when you find them in Wraeclast.
It's not like there are many. Tasuni, he's a con man.
Bataris just doesn't understand him.
I understand that he gets his every need catered for by talking in riddles and telling lies.
The truth about the Nightmare. He makes sense of the chaos as best he can.
How can we possibly know whether what he's telling us is the truth or not?
We can't. But who else is there to ask?
See ya.
Yes. When a woman forgets how to die, a woman forgets how to live. Deshret said that to her Dakara on the day she killed Titusius, scourge of the Maraketh. I say this of Diala. When a woman knows nothing of life, how can she care for the living? Deshret's banner flies at the mine's entrance, and now the darkness gapes, hungry and expectant. Our red Sakema sealed that gate for a reason. Not simply to prevent the beast from reaching out, but to hinder those fools who would disturb its slumber. And here you are, about to be swallowed by that darkness. Let us hope the beast doesn't notice your passing. Hundreds of our Dakara have fallen to Vol and his legion throughout the years. They died defending their Akara. Now Vol is gone, killed by an outsider. You bask in the glory, Exile, while I honor the dead. As we give strength to the outside, we grow weaker on the inside. First, there was Pataris and Vanya. Now there is you. It shows how little faith Oyan has in us, in her own Akara, that she would treat blackguards and exiles with such admiration. Oyan is my Sakema, my commander. I am her Dakara, her warrior. I defend this Akara as Oyan sees fit. Whether Oyan is fit to see what is best for this tribe, it is not for me to say. My mother gave Tasuni to the gods. The gods gave him back, and I thank them for it every day. Given the choice, I would never have chosen Tasuni as my brother. But then, family is not about what you want. It is about what you need. My mother gave Tasuni to them. Deshret lies shackled in the darkness, while I, her blood, am shackled by duty to remain here. Oyan has decreed it. Will it be you then who frees Deshret from her dishonor? Perhaps you will, perhaps you won't. Either way, it is Deshret's fate to suffer at the mercy of injustice. May fear guide you.
this is the stuff. Good nose, Exile. You find more and I'll come right over. Don't touch it though. Stuff will send you mad without the right precautions. You think I want to be dressed like this? Tell you what, how about we take a look around my mine? Talk to me when you're ready to go. Ah, this is the stuff. Good nose, Exile. You find more and I'll come right over. Don't touch it though. Stuff will send you mad without the right precautions. You think I want to be dressed like this? Tell you what, how about we take a look around my mine? Talk to me when you're ready to go. Ah, this is... Looks like shite, eh? Well, don't judge a mine by its entrance. Eternals used to pull all sorts of goodies out of these rocks, and they never had my secret weapon. Just inside the mine shaft is my creaky little crawler. Took one of the old Eternal torture devices and repurposed it. Oh, it can still tear your skin off like peeling a fruit, but hopefully it won't try to. Instead, it can lay down a daisy chain of lights powered by that voltaxic sulfite. You'll want to be on the lookout for more of that, mind you. This big beauty next to me, my pride and joy, feeds Crawler with refined and purified sulfite, and it's capable of taking all sorts of the raw materials strewn below ground and turning them into sources of light and explosives. How about you head underground and follow the mechanical little bugger to an azurite vein, eh? Goodbye. Hello. Looks like shite, eh? Well, don't judge a mine by its entrance. Eternals used to pull all sorts of goodies out of these rocks, and they never had my secret weapon. Just inside the mine shaft is my creaky little crawler. Took one of the old Eternal torture devices and repurposed it. Oh, it can still tear your skin off like peeling a fruit, but hopefully it won't try to. Instead, it can lay down a daisy chain of lights powered by that voltaxic sulfite. You'll want to be on the lookout for more of that, mind you. This big beauty next to me, my pride and joy, feeds Crawler with refined and purified sulfite, and it's capable of taking all sorts of the raw materials strewn below ground and turning them into sources of light and explosives. How about you head underground and follow the mechanical little bugger to an azurite vein, eh? Grew up in Oriath. Used to love been working on the darkness. Ta-da! This is Crawler, capable of scouting out a few of the valuables hidden down here, but needs your muscle to get to them. Tell it where you want to go, and try to stay alive till you get there. Crawler will burn through sulfite on the way, and we ain't made of sulfite, so choose carefully. How about you follow it to a nearby azurite vein, eh? Make sure you stick near Crawler's light. Believe me, you don't want to get dragged into the darkness. Welcome. Welcome. Stay in the light, Exile. Good find, Exile. Hello. Ah, this is the... See you later. This'll do nicely, Exile. Hello. Stay in the light. Great.
Corruption eats away at the roots of the seed. Time to gather my will. Soul should suffer as you have, Deshret. This land is teetering on the brink of cataclysm. My mana is spent. mana is spent.
The Rapture device has absorbed its fill of harvested life from fury and desire. It is ready. So am I. I know now that I was born to be the end and the beginning of the Empire. The beast has made this clear to me. As clear and undeniable as the sacrifice I must now bear. My Lady Diablo, my love, my life's greatest achievement. She must leave me now, for she cannot follow, and she will perish if she remains. And so I will ask of her more than she would ever give.
This seems like a good area to build a hideout, but it's filled with monsters. Journey well. Hello. This seems like a good area. Go with courage.
My mana is spent. I am no beast of burden.
Curious. With the death of the last monster here, the very air itself feels different. I wouldn't use the word purified, but you've definitely negated the pile over this place. I'll stay here for now and make sure nothing dangerous re-emerges.
You know, not a cockroach. Had I accepted my place, my rapturous role, the beast would be no more, no less, no anything at all. My selfishness tickled the beast's fancy and it laughed the world I knew away. Yet I have had much time to think on my lonesome, much time to wonder. Wonder if the rapture really needs to eat a gemling queen. Maybe something else will get its catastrophic juices slavering. Something like eyeball soup. The old axe for brains. The sort. Ta-ta, not a cockroach.
I dreamed of my ancestors' halls. They were empty. I dreamed of the north, of an offering left to us by Tupac. An offering that would save the Khan. I needed only to take it. I gathered my finest 500. I brought them here. I claimed what Tukuhama had promised me.
I am no beast of burden.
Descended into the heart of Wraeclast, and there he came to me, to Kohama. He asked of me a sacrifice. I gave it willingly. My ex fell 500 times, the jade drinking its fill of Cardamine blood. To Kohama.
Have time to gather my will.
Ashret has ascended and returned, as we all must, to the dust of Vastiri. The Red Sikema's dishonor has... I'm watching you.
This is neither the time nor the place.
I felt it, saw it. The storm of her release. Our Red Sikema is free to mingle. Nightmare, my understanding, beneath you. I felt it. You've done yourself proud today, Exile.
Welcome.
My mana is spent.
Greeting. Looks like... Bye.
beast of burden.
Look at it sparkle. Glows like blue embers in the dark. My machine here can turn these rocks into something a little more. Greetings, beauty. This'll do nice. Stay in the lock. Greetings, beauty. See you later.